talk about how this RTU is connected to the product and uploaded to the computer to display the current value. Then I will introduce again. When the customer gets our RTU product, it usually has some accessories in it. First of all, the main body of RTU. Then this is a serial cable from USB to 232, and an antenna. A power adapter from 220 volt AC to 24 volts DC. Then I will show you how this RTU connects with this LoRa product and displays on the computer. First, apply 24 volts DC power to this RTU power terminal. Customers can directly use the power adapter to connect. We now directly use 24 volts constant voltage power supply. After power is supplied, you can see that the RTU running indicator is lit. Above is the power indicator, below is the running indicator. Then, connect the antenna to the Zigbee port. After the antenna connection is completed, you need to wait for the sensor to communicate with the RTU. If the communication is connected, a signal indicator will appear on the sensor. This time may wait a little longer. Which also supports 232 interface, 485 interface, USB interface, and Ethernet interface. Next, we mainly demonstrate how to use the 232 interface to connect with the computer. Now we use this cable from 232 interface to USB interface. Connect the 232 port to the RTU. The USB port to the computer USB port T. RTU communication protocol is Modbus RTU standard protocol. We will distribute an RTU operation manual with instructions on how to read the data register of the RTU. On the third page, there is the address of the instrument data register and the parameters about the product pressure and temperature. Now let's take a look at the sensor has the signal connection indicator, indicating that the sensor has been successfully connected with the RTU. Next, we look at how the computer reads the data in the RTU. We can use the serial port assistant to read the data, or use software that specifically reads 485, such as Modbus Pool. if there are better conditions, can also develop some host computer to read data. Now we will use Modbus spool to read the RTU data. First, on the software interface, there is a setting about trading and joining settings. The setting address of RTU is 1, and this value does not need to be modified. Function called selection 3, read and save the register. The address is in the manual 446244621, number 1, single precision floating point number. This is one of the data. We only need to enter this address. This address is the address of Siemens plc. If you use a register to read, you only need to modify the previous 420, and the address will be reduced by 1. For example, this starting address is modified from 44620 to 4919. Because it is a floating point number, two numbers are read consecutively, so fill in the number to here and click OK. Then click Connect. Select the serial port when connecting and select the serial port number corresponding to the connection. Here we are now connected to port 3, so select 3, then select 115200 baud rate. 8 data bit, no parity, 1 stop 比特, click OK. Now we can see that the computer reads to 0 values. We can read this value more in the settings and choose to read 4 bits. Because our sensor is a combination of temperature and pressure. There are 2 data stored in it. One is temperature and the other is pressure. We choose to read 4 consecutively because it is a single precision floating point number. We can modify this value to a single precision floating point number. We can take a look at the meter head to show that the temperature is 24.08 degrees Celsius, and the computer also read 24.08 degrees Celsius. This is a reading method. If the customer has the ability to develop software, he can develop the host computer software to read a software interface similar to this. We still choose the port, the baud rate is unchanged, and then open the communication. Now you can see the pressure value corresponding to this product. Because this interface can only display the pressure value, so now only the current pressure value is displayed. If you have the ability to develop a host computer, you can also display the temperature on this interface. Our company can also provide host computer software development, but it requires additional costs. Now, we have completed the demonstration of wireless product connection and data reading.